Good afternoon, Callum. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm okay.
So my name is Gabriel. So I'm a case manager. So I've heard that there's been a conflict between you and Ahmed, and then yeah, your HR, your manager actually contacted me to speak to you about what happened to you with your colleague. Okay, so so are you comfortable? Are you alright at the moment?
I'm okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with what I did.
Okay, I see. And also, do you have a support person with you at the? You want to be here with us during the session?
No.
No, you don't need any support person. All right. So yeah. So first, so I already introduced you my name. So my name is Gabriel Leo. Welcome to our community service. So the name of our community service is Live Free. So it is a non-government non-government community service where we cater a lot of yeah, also situations like you, people who are in need of any support service or support work. So yeah, so you're working with um, IT online, right?
Yep.
So how long have you been working there?
About 2 years.
Mm-hmm. And then is this the first time you had this confrontation with your team your colleague?
Yeah, we were just talking. It's not that confrontation.
Right, I see. So, yeah, and then now I'm just gonna explain you your roles and responsibilities. So, as one of our clients, so you have a role to disclose any information that you feel that you think is uh, essential, and also you have the role to collaborate with us and also with your HR managers and everyone in your workplace so that we can resolve this one. And also you have the role to attend our sessions. And also you have the responsibility now. Your responsibilities is uh, so you're responsible in respecting the people here in our service community service office, including me and the people also who are here that needs any help. And now, so I'm going to explain to you our organizational policies and procedures and our duty of care. So as I mentioned, we're here to help you out with any maybe personal problems and also any community problems as well. And our duty of care is to provide you the service that you needed, provide you any support, any guidance that you need, and then yeah. So now, can you explain to me what happened with you and Amin?
Oh, I was just talking about him and his religious beliefs, and I'm just stating my point of view. And then suddenly, um, we were arguing. Um, I didn't know that he was offended by what I said, but I see no problem in what I was saying. It was just my opinion. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. And then after that, have you spoke to your manager or someone in regards with that one?
yeah, I spoke to my manager, and yeah, this is why I'm here with you.
Mm-hmm. And then in regards to the emails that you sent to your colleagues, were you frustrated at the time, or were you just trying to explain
Yeah,
something to them?
I was just saying my opinion. I don't see what's wrong with it. I was just saying my opinion about his, culture. I didn't mean to be offensive, but apparently he took it the wrong way.
Yeah, I see. So yeah. So are you aware of your organization's policy and procedure regarding with diversity, bullying, discrimination, and harassment?
I think so.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna do a run through on this one. So yeah, in regards with discrimination, yeah, discriminations can involve an individual or a group that is treated unfavorably, and then because of that person's attribute, um, actually discrimination is also protected by our law. Discrimination, harassment, and then yeah, so those kinds of things. So unlawful discrimination can occur. It can occur directly. For example, it's from people like face to face, like you you discriminate the people in front of him. Yeah, you're making any remarks that are unacceptable to their culture. Um, and also, actually, that one is also protected by our law. And another example is indirectly, when the person is what you call that one like yeah, you're indirectly like putting disadvantage to the person. For example, when you are like an organization has the policies to pass the probation to the office and jobs, all new employers must take the eye test even though first rate visions is not essential for those roles. So someone with a vision impairment would fail probation as they couldn't pass the test. So it's like more like a one-sided. It's like they're like thinking of like other people's disadvantages compared to the majority's advantages. So it's like that's an indirect discrimination. So yeah, discrimination can affect any age. It can affect any culture. It can affect any people with disability or impairment, even in employment, also in gender. Also with gender, especially now with our friends and family with the LGBTQ organization that are fighting for their rights, but still they still have um, having this discrimination with other people, and also marital status as well, and also social origin. We can see that one. Yeah, actually discrimination can be everywhere. It will happen anytime. So yeah, and in regards to this one, with your situation, you had like a conflict with Ahmed in regards with his religious beliefs and in his culture as well, and then so that can be that can be classified as discrimination. Um, so yeah, maybe yeah, that's it for the organizational policies and procedures regarding discrimination. So right now, um, yeah, so you explain your side. So yeah, so that's your point of view. That's your personal opinion. So you see nothing wrong about it, which is okay. But sometimes we live in a diverse culture, like here in Melbourne, which everyone there's a lot of culture from different countries coming in. So it's also important for us to be sensitive in regards with their be sensitive with their diverse with diversity here in Melbourne. So yeah, so I'm just gonna explain to you now the challenges and benefits of having a diverse workplace and diverse employees. Are you alright at the moment? Okay. So yeah, so one example is having a diverse workforce means that workers with diverse cultural backgrounds brings unique experiences and perceptions to the table. Pooling is wealth of knowledge and skills can benefit your organizations by allowing to adapt any quicker changing in market conditions. That means that with a diverse group of people, there's a lot of ideas can be accumulated because, for example, if you're working in China, and then there's people working from Singapore, all their ideas there in China and Singapore can be combined into one to help benefit the whole organization. And then also for job seekers are drawn to companies with diverse workforce because it's evident that the companies do not practice employment discrimination. Yeah, and then potential employees want to know that employers treat their staff fairly. Not only as such as firms available to abstract new talent, but they can retain existing talent because of high employee morale and resulting from workforce diversity. So yeah, even here in Australia, even in healthcare, trade, actually all of the workforce in Australia is already diverse. So which is very important for us to, for a company to be to show that they provide equality, and also they provide respect to every employee that they have, no matter what's their gender or race. And then also they have when diversity, if there's diversity in the workforce, it there's a collection of skills, language, and cultural understanding allows company to provide service to customers on a global basis. So they can be flexible, um, and also diverse workforce that feels comfortable in communicating varying points of view provides a larger pool of ideas, innovation solutions. And then one more, uh, for workforce diversity, employees from diverse backgrounds bring in a variety of solutions on how to achieve common goal. As more diverse ideas are suggested, the chances of finding a workable answer are provided. So basically, that's what I mentioned earlier. And aside from having any advantages, also there's also challenges with diversity. So so taking full advantage of the benefits of diversity in the workforce is not without its challenges. And some of those challenges are effective communications can be challenged between employees of diverse culture, which can directly dampen productivity and cohesiveness of small groups. Yeah. So basically, there's one big problem for diversity is the communication, because yeah, unlike other countries, they don't speak English at all. When they come here to Australia, it's gonna be hard for them to adapt quickly and then speak fluent English. So that's one problem with diversity. And then social integration at work can only be influenced by small degree. The formation of cliques and inclusiveness social groups is a natural process that is impossible to control. And then there are always employees who will refuse to accept the fact that social and cultural makeup of their workplace is changing. That they say that they always done it this way back in our country, and here it's kind of a bit different. So there's some people that are resistant to change, and they only believes on what they know. And yeah, so now, so those are the advantages and also the challenges of having a diverse workforce. So right now I'm going to um, yeah. So basically, is what happened is yeah, as I mentioned, it's okay to provide your personal opinions, but sometimes it can cause different reactions to different people. So right, I'm going to explain it to you about the personal views or your personal opinions. So voicing opinions in a professional manner can boost the profile of employee and improve the morale of a company. Leaders who are receptive to all opinions, whether the ideas, constructive feedbacks, or even concerns over a decision, have employees who are more engaged and productive. So sharing all your personal opinions in a workforce can trigger all sort of reactions. It will agree with someone's opinion, but often feel closer to them and seek them out. If we disagree, we may see that there's an adversary or begin to distance ourselves. So as a result, personal opinions often have a significant impact on professional relationship. So as what happened with you with Ahmed, so right now I know that you're a close group before, and then regarding with the conflicts that you're not agree on Ahmed's culture, and Ahmed's as well is not agreeing with your opinions, that can cause any boundaries and gaps with that can result um, your productivity at work. And then yeah, in times like these, we need to find a way to respectfully navigate through this diversity without using an excuse for further diversion. And then the workplace should not become a platform for excessive campaign or debates on any of these issues. No one owns the work environment. So it's a free, yeah, it's a free work environment where everyone is obliged and has the right to express themselves. And then yeah, no one owns the work environment regardless of their position, seniority, or stature. The work environment does not belong to the loudest or most emotional person. It is communal space that must allow for support and divergent viewpoints regarding of how uncomfortable a person may become when others disagree with them. So yeah, that's basically one of a good example of how to like control diversity in a workplace. So right now, um, so I'm just gonna want to discuss you some of the um, acceptable and unacceptable behaviors within the workplace. So acceptable behavior basically is professionals employees conduct themselves as professional manner when interacting with others or managing colleagues. All members of the organization should consider their own behavior and the impact that can have on others. So we need to be sensitive. We need to be cautious on how we act. Maybe we can be we can offend other people the way we move or the way we talk, and also that. And then your organization recognize that personalities, characters, and management styles may differ, but notwithstanding, and then these differences as a minimum standard, all staff are expected to. So, an example of acceptable behavior are work cooperatively with others in order to achieve objectives, manage performance in an appropriate and fair manner, give and receive constructive feedbacks on a normal day-to-day work, and consider people's perspective in order to help reach their agreement and establish good relationship. So those are the acceptable behaviors, and then, however, there are also unacceptable behaviors. Acceptable behaviors including bullying, harassment, and victimization may involve in actions, words, physical gestures that could reasonably be perceived to the cause of another person's distress or discomfort. And bullying or harassment may be an individual against an individual or involved in groups of people. So these are the unacceptable behaviors can be if it's unwanted by the recipient. It has a purpose of effect of violating the recipient's dignity or creating an intimidate, hostile, degrading, humiliating, and offensive environment. Also having a regard of the circumstances, including the recipient's perception that it was reasonable for the behavior that to have effect. So, and moreover, another examples of unacceptable behavior is when you're being aggressive or abusive behavior, such as shouting on or personal insults, and spreading malicious rumors or gossip and insulting someone. Discrimination and harassment when related to protective characteristic under the Equality Act of 2010. Unwanted physical contact, stalking, offensive comments or jokes, publishing, circulating, or displaying pornographic or racist, sexually suggestive, or otherwise offensive materials, and persistent unreasonable criticism can also be part of a unacceptable behavior. So right now, and also I'm just gonna explain about bullying and harassment. So bullying and harassment is also can be, yeah, as mentioned earlier, is part of an acceptable um, behavior. So, and also bullying and harassment right now has like our legislation now has a law in regards with this one, which is they already very really support to stop bullying and harassment, especially in schools. And so yeah, this bullying harassment can really um, actually can happen in the workplace, at home, and in school, actually everywhere. So we are really keen to stop that one and educate people about it so that it will eventually in the future will be what you call that one will be no longer present. So yeah, so right now I'm going to discuss you different communication styles or approaches to deal with sensitive issues. So if you're having any another situation, if this situation happens to you again, you can be yeah. I'll tell you about any how to deal with those sensitive issues. So step one, you can show empathy and listen intently. You can yeah be an active listener to your colleagues, understand their situations. So the person has already put themselves in a vulnerable position by coming forward in the first place. So it is imperative to be empathetic to the position and listen. Body language and eye contact can go a long way. Lean in, and be attentive to them. And then the another style is when appropriate, ask questions to better understand the issues. It doesn't stop with just listening, but wait until you have the data before asking questions. Don't be a person thinking about what you want to say or ask while the other person is talking. And so there's a good quote from Charles Lipton that I found. So it's very yeah about this one. So it's very important to have a conversation with a client that involves asking questions to fully understand what happened. Usually, the client is the most knowledgeable person as to the facts. And then another one is exhibit loyalty and provide guidance. So it's not always easy, and you want to be careful about the advice you give. But that's one of the burdens of command. People look to you for guidance. You can just shut them out, and then tell them to go talk to their manager or other people, and especially if they can't clearly trust your opinion. Command and control leadership doesn't work in these situations, and reinforce change of command and appropriate and show compassion. Organization calls for it. So yeah, basically, this is for your leaders there. So I see that you've been there working for a long time now. You can apply this one because you're really one of the seniors there, right? Mm-hmm. So right now, mm, so I believe that what happened with you in the workplace with Ahmed can result to disciplinary action. So based on this one, it really depends on your organization. So you might be the organization might give you a warning first. So you have time to write your do right on what you have been done what you done to Ahmed before. You can apologize to him. You can speak to him. So yeah, possibly there will be any disciplinary actions that will be given to you by your organization. So and then now and about that one, there will be any session of counseling as well will be done to you. We will be coming back for us for like a month, just to yeah to help you out, to counsel you, and to yeah understand the situations further. So we'll be doing a series of education, educational opportunities, about diversity, about about that one, and then yeah. Aside from that one, is there anything you want to add? Anything you want to ask? Alright. Okay, so I'll be seeing you soon. I will keep in touch with your HR. So I'll give them anything, all the feedbacks that I got from you, and then from there I'll see you soon. Thank you, Callum.
Thank you.
Mm.